everybody, this is Sister Omi. I'm here to do the new moon in Pisces reading for the sign of Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. I just recorded it and deleted it. I'm just like, I can't believe I did that. So I'm here to do it again. So anyway, this new moon in Pisces for the sign of Gemini. So let's think. Pisces. Pisces is sensitive. Pisces is they have a certain perceptiveness. So during this time, you could feel very sensitive and perceptive of your surroundings. And it may have you feeling a little insecure, but you just need to go with the flow. You know, that's the Pisces kind of just go with the flow. And one thing would be hard at this time is sometimes you have to believe in things you can't see. So this is a good time for meditation and the goals you set. How do they affect you spiritually? How do they get you to your higher self? So it's like believing in your dreams. So this is a good time for like prayer, meditation, however you view that. But also with Pisces, since Pisces rules the feet, this is a good time to go get a pedicure or just soak your feet, exfoliate, whatever. Have a foot scrub, whatever floats your boat. Get plenty of rest because the moon phases, you know, may affect your sleep patterns a bit. Romance yourself. Treat yourself to something good. Do something you really like to do. But as you're doing it, think about what you really want to manifest in your life and how does it take you to your higher self. And also maybe partake in a practice that's just for you. Like some people like yoga, maybe taking up an instrument, reading a good book. And do these things so that you could avoid escapism. So if you like alcohol, drugs, things like that, instead of going to get high, get drunk, have illicit sex, whatever, instead of doing that, substitute it with something else. So this is a good time. It's like getting more in touch with yourself. Romance yourself. Don't allow yourself to be subjected to outside influences. That's the word I'm looking for. Outside influences. So, Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. Now what we got here? 9 of fire. You are an air sign. You get all this fire, so you just stirring things up. But here it's like it's about being resolute and determined. Now, as you can see, it's depicted here. In this deck, it looks like he's in this deck. He's like in a meditative state. The 9 bottles here, and this is like deep meditative state. It's like so deep. It's like extreme. It's like extreme fasting when someone does it. Fast for, what is it, 30 days, 30 nights? That's extreme. But here, it is, as they say, anything worth fighting for, or anything worthwhile is worth fighting for. I think that's how the statement goes. But you've had to apply some elbow grease to your situation. So now is a time for building a stronger foundation. You may be weary from work, but you're still doing a good job. So just keep up the good work at what you're doing here. So if it has to do with your love life, maybe there's some long-standing disagreements in your relationship. It has to be, if it's influencing your finances, maybe you have financial backing, but you want to strike out on your own. If it has to do with your career, you want to be a rebel, so use your career as a platform. If it has to do with family, are you the black sheep? Or the black sheep of the family is more of an outcast than usual? being willful and obstinate. And maybe you could offer support to that person, or are you that person? Prayer, meditation. It's like looking at your life at this particular time, and you can see the scenery has changed. You may have started humble beginnings. You may be far away from your roots. And even so, it's about values and vision. Stand up for your dreams. This is so avoid escapism. Because when you fall into escapism, you're not focusing on your values or dreams. You're focusing on what's wrong. Prayer, meditation. Think about what you want to manifest, not what's not. Life is such that things don't always go the way you want them to. But those are just the challenges in life that everyone has to face. So focus on what you want to manifest, not what. Don't give any energy to what's not going right. Because basically this to me is saying that, you have support. This is about building. This is building a structure here. So if you even got to this point, you have support. So don't be disillusioned. You have support. Maybe you're just not looking at it that way. Wow, isn't that something? This card right here, this is Four of Fire, more fire. Now look at this from this perspective. These are people, they're going to the ocean here giving thanks. You see the moon is mother. They're going to the ocean giving thanks for everything that has been given. That's like feeling hope and enthusiastic. However, this is in reverse. So you're not feeling thankful for where you are. You're not feeling any hope. So everything is based on ego and extravagance. This is like keeping up with the Joneses, or a false facade, more or less. Or you don't have to spend big to make people like you. It's like life built on illusion and ego and extravagance. That is not of value. Gain perspective here. That's what this is about. Gaining perspective. Now, this might seem extreme for some, but let's put this on, think about it. If you're going to spend money, spend it on things that last, like family, friendship, charity, and your community. You don't need 30 pair of shoes. I'm just saying. I'm just using that as an example. Everyone is different. So if this has to do with your love, is someone a show off and is getting old? If you're the one bragging, back off and listen to your partner more. If it's money, are you overspending, which is not advised at this time? If it has to do with your career, you or somebody at work is, maybe a little off the chain at the moment. Family, unity in the family could be achieved through maturity. So this is definitely a good time to meditate and focus on what you want to manifest at this particular time, especially and also what I would suggest, because the Four Wands here is like a bit of extravagance. I use a term of keeping up with the Joneses, and it may not be that. It could be the 30 pair of shoes. You're buying a car, just because, and it really is beyond really focus on what you need. So it's about gaining perspective, prayer, meditation, And if this is about ego, that this is saying, because upright, this is being thankful. Here, this is not even, this is like no gratitude. It's like that feeling somebody owes you something, or the world owes you something. And granted, I know this is general, and we have all different extremes. So let's just take that and just look at this as gaining perspective, what we deem important. Now, all that fire, we got to throw some water on there. We got the Eight of chalices, the Eight of Cups. So this is about a transition, a change, and perfect timing, gaining perspective. So really, this is the ideal card at this particular time. This is a good card to have at this time. So difficulties are nothing new. You know, that's life. Everyone has difficulties. So you have emotional clarity. So this is looking at the cards here. If you're going through that deep meditative state and thinking about your ego, this is where you gain that clarity. So you worked hard to establish relationships and things like that. Or maybe you're expanding your social network. Maybe you're seeking new resources to enhance your love or work and all those things. Or maybe you're going to travel. So this is a perfect time, a new phase. So if it's love, whatever your past hang-ups or emotional wounds, you have to get over it because it's time to move on from that. Isn't that interesting how this just fell into place? That has to do with your money. Search for the right venture or investment to enhance your finances. That has to do with your career. Maybe it's just waiting for the right time to launch a new career path. That has to do with your family, business trips, travel. May take you away from your family, but you have family support. So this is about transition, timing, progress, and travel. So, what's that song by Michael Jansen? Michael Jansen. Oh my God! I need some coffee. So, Michael Jackson. Start with the man in the mirror to make that change. Because this is what this is about. All this is an inside job. You get prayer, meditate. Is meditation, because really we look at ego. This is a really having no gratitude. So we have to get, if I can make a suggestion, write a list of things you're grateful for so that you can gain perspective. And once you gain that perspective, you know, it's going to put you in a position to make that transition to the things that you want to happen in your life. Because right now this is about focusing on what you want to manifest in your life at this time, Gemini. Now the message of spirit, the Ace of Swords. We got some air in here, Gemini. This is you. So your point of focus. So your prayer, meditate so you can get focused. Also, write a gratitude list so you can get focused. And realize you do have emotional support. So get focused. So your point of focus is key. What happens within you is direct reflection of what happens outside of you. Your thoughts and emotions directly influence what happens in the world. Be clear about what you want. Being focused about positive objectives will serve you well. Happiness is an inside job. Prayer, meditation will help you to focus on the direction that you want your life to go. Prayer and meditation, or being sensitive to your surroundings, getting your perspective in order, focus, so you can manifest the things that you want at this particular junction in your life. That's the message from Spirit. But I had to get the book here for the crystal. Halite. This is the Master Cleanser. It says subtle ties and influences may be affecting you more than you recognize. Unacknowledged feelings of abandonment or rejection or emotional neediness may underlie dis-ease. Detrimental energies picked up under the influence of drink or drugs could be affecting you, as could someone else's lustful or jealous feelings. But being spaced out and ungrounded also leaves you open to invasion by external forces. So, which is interesting because I said be mindful of the drinking and drugs, and that ego driven, is that all a matter of emotional neediness, or are there issues in your life that you just haven't dealt with? And as that Ace of Swords, you have to focus, because whatever's going on inside of you is reflected outside of you. So looking at all these cards together, you know, you want a healthy, nice relationship, but maybe you nitpick, or I shouldn't say nitpick. Maybe you only see outside of you what's going on inside of you. So based on this is time for a thorough clear out of your life, declutter your space, your car, detox your body and mind, and maybe try to juice fast for vitality. Regular detoxing and purification on all levels ensures well-being and does anchor you to the earth. This is about getting grounded to the earth. And this does deal with, let's see, what chakra does it deal with? The base chakra, earth chakra, the solar chakra. The lower earth chakra, base chakra, solar, the first three chakras. A lot of times, wow, what I think is interesting, because this is what, get grounded. Because if you're grounded, you're not feeling ego. So that's why I'm suggesting that maybe to turn this up, let's write what do you have to be grateful for? We think about this. This really depicts extreme fasting. So this is definitely a sign you have so much drive. You have a lot of fires, like passion. So you have the passion, but are you escaping? So it's about fire is transformational. So this is like recharging your batteries. You have emotional support. This is about moving forward with clarity. So this good time to cleanse. A real good time to cleanse. And part of that cleansing, I know that I'm not suggesting extreme fasting, but like I said initially, if you are prone to some form of escapism, instead of maybe resorting to that, substitute it with something else. You got to start with where you're at, and everyone's different. I know my drug of choice is popcorn. Don't give me a bag of popcorn, honey. I can sit there, I can just inhale it. So everyone is different. So you have to evaluate where you are. But in nature, we have here the laurel tree. There is no crowning glory of achievement without first being victorious over inner conflict. What is that inner conflict that you have to pray and meditate on here? And is this ego? Now this fire here, are there like unresolved issues in your life? Or if it's ego, is there something that makes you feel secure? And what came up with this? Like if you are spending like to keep up with the Joneses, is that out of insecurity? These are things that's that inner conflict. These are things maybe no one knows. That's that inner conflict. Deal with your inner, whatever is driving you. It's victory. Start that cleanse. Yeah. Go ahead and focus on what you want, because this is about making a new start. Now, what's interesting is I pulled 2 chakra cards. And you can't write, as they say, you can't write this shit. I got 2 of the base chakras. Both balance and perfection. Which goes to, like, what did it say with the highlight? The lower chakras. This is that root chakra. This is like right in the middle of the 2. So the first card we got is perfection. I mean, are you perfect, or do you expect other people to be perfect? That goes back to that ego, right? How you see things. What's going on inside of you is what's reflected outside of you. So with this perfection, do you tend to alienate others because of what is really going on inside of you? Look at your own uniqueness. You know, everyone is special. Everybody. Everybody on the planet. So this indicates that there's an inner conflict between wanting to look good and having compassion for others. Isn't that what the other one said? You know you can't write this. So remain kind and unattached to the outcome. Being right, letting others know you're right may not be the right way to go. Perfection. Root chakra. Now pulling this card too, which is the root chakra, balance. You see how this is depicted? It's like the yin and yang, balancing that energy. And here you got fire. And then we threw some water on that fire, so there's a little steam, so the energy is moving. And now we have some air blowing in there. So it's really balance. And to get balance is working on your foundation. Like I said, go back. I'm going to say it again. Meditate, write a gratitude journal. That's just a suggestion. And since this is the root chakra, and you got 2 cards, balance and perfection, this is about your body. What do you need to feel safe? Sexuality, physical energy, and if you're using escapism, this is depleting all that energy there. That's going to keep you grounded. So what I would suggest is get some physical exercise. Make sure you're taking in proteins and eating root vegetables. And maybe just look at, like I said, do that gratitude journal. You know, maybe there's some repressed anger or some repressed emotional things that you're feeling at this time, which is good at this Pisces moon. That's why I said get proper rest, because that's under this chakra also. You got 2 in this chakra. So this is good for that chakra too, getting proper rest so that you could rebalance. It's like recalibrate, you know, so that you could take this Ace of Sword. Your point of focus is key. This is the message from Spirit. Your point of focus is key. What happens within you is a direct reflection of what happens outside of you. Your thoughts and emotions directly influence what happens in your world. So be clear about what you want. Being focused about positive objectives. Positive objectives will serve you well. So let's get out the ego and let's have that master cleanse. Let's work that root chakra that's going to make us secure. I have a quick recipe that is probably good to work the root chakra. You get you root vegetables, onions, potatoes, carrots, protein. Get a big pot, make a big stew. Romance yourself, get a foot bath, get a tub or whatever, soak your feet in it, get yourself a bowl of stew and look at a good romance movie, or one of those movies with the happy ending, you know, like the Hallmark movies. Everybody's happy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, that's just a suggestion. So Gemini, Let me know what you think. Please leave a comment. And if you know if it's your sun, moon, or rising, you should look at those also, because that gives you a better view at this new moon. And remember, just go with the flow. So please like, share, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. This is Sister Omi. Peace.